working on the rail station today. Let's go ahead and head on into the nether. We'll take a little shortcut instead of taking the rail out there because the rail is not quite down all the way to the station we're working on. And then which portal do I want? I think it's the one way over there. Let's go run over there. I think this might be my portal to, yeah, that's to the main rail station. We're actually heading to the one by the iron farm. So we'll head to here first and then run over there. And then I think we want to run inside first to do some shopping. We'll need the cactus. And then if there's sand in there, although I doubt it, but I can just grab some sand from somewhere else. That won't be too ugly looking after I do it. So one of these I think might be cactus. There we go. All right, awesome. What can I get rid of? I guess I don't need this coal. And I could combine that, but I'm not gonna really worry about it. Well, I guess no, that's fine. I don't worry about it. And then sand, we'll just get. I think we actually might have sand inside of the farm itself, or rather the rail station, because I think I was already working on. When I cleared out some stuff, I think I already got some sand from that, so I should be okay there. Since I've been working on this last, there's a whole new structure right by the rail station here. So I think that we're gonna be okay there. My block of choice here, it is, I mean, it's not as like cool and stylish as his, but it does. Hello, JJ Bunzig, welcome. But it is close enough. It's still using the same outer block. And what actually is interesting watching his videos, he has a different texture pack, and these are actually like more randomized. I thought maybe he was actually putting in random blocks like cracked stone and everything else, but in vanilla texture pack, it's actually just all the bricks. It's interesting. So we have some cactus and some slime. Let's get to building. So I will want to, I need to get sand. We might, do we have sand downstairs? How are you doing, JJ Bonzig? Where's downstairs? How do I get down from here? I guess it's, the stairs are gonna be over here, so it's gonna be in this corner. Let's go downstairs and look to see if we have some sand. To get, we drop off some of this. We don't need quite as much slime. I brought a bunch just in case. I don't think I need quite that much. Oh, and I already had some. Oh, well. So this, and then we're trying to look for sand. I feel like we might have sand somewhere in here, hopefully. Or we don't. I'm going to go ahead and steal some sand from outside. I thought we might have had some sand, but I guess not. Interesting. I am live, right? Okay, just checking. I'm good. I'm good. I was excited. I released the first episode of Oxygen Not Included last night, and that seemed to go over pretty well so far. So that's cool. Oh, it looks like there's some sand here. So let's put this here. We'll steal this and then put a block there. Okay. So now we have sand and we have our cactus. And we can go ahead and put that up top, up here, somewhere. Not there, I guess. We'll come up here. That cactus needs to live. So the way it works is this is here, and then the cactus goes on top of that. And so then when any carts come up this way, regular passenger carts break there, and then they filter over into these. Oh, that's right. We're gonna put in. Do we have? Let me think. Mobile delay. Aha. Very well. Understood. I think they're actually working on that soon. I remember in the update information, I think they were talking about that was going to be updated, if I'm not mistaken. What's the fastest way into this place? There used to be a door on this side, but not anymore. I think that there might be string in here, which is what I'm after. And since there's also ender pearls, I know that. So I can replenish my ender pearls once I get in there. Okay. Oh dear. That'd be bad to fall in there. That goes down to lava. Okay, note to self, don't throw ender pearls at the glass. Alright, let's fill up our ender pearls. And look for string. Is there a string farm? Bunch of stuff. Not so. Oh, here's potential string. Oh, maybe there's a mob farm. Ah, maybe that's a mob farm in that far one. Maybe it's not performing very well. Oh, drats. Do I have anything in here? I would like some string. Where might I get string? I guess I will wait on the string. We'll keep the things as not as dispensers for now, I guess. Okay, yeah. So then other news. So I'm on this website thing where I can get game keys to try out games and like not really review them, but play them on my channel. So there's a new game, Dark Net, I think is what it's called. So it's like it's kind of like the movie Hackers, if you've seen that before. So it's like that version of things where you're like hacking and like doing stuff, but it's all like not at all like hacking probably really is. Like it's all like very visual and like you're moving crazy stuff around and everything. And so that game I have now. Well, sort of. I have it, but it comes out I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So once that's out, I might do some plays of that and then also release that. That might be. I don't know if I'll stream that because my stream schedule is pretty packed right now. But that you might see that coming out on my channel. All right, let's work on. We have a lot of the stuff up top already good to go. So let's start working on this stuff here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, and then the block. So let's get down somewhere over here, I guess. And we're going to build 9 down, followed by yeah, I enjoy it too. 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then a block I don't have in my bar. Boop. And then for now, let's just do this to bridge over. And we don't want to hit the buttons while all the stuff is against it because that'll break everything. But we can do this for now. So there's going to be 4 of these. Right? Yep. And this goes all the way up. My jump pillaring isn't quite working because it's hoppy, but so we can do this, put those 2 in, and break that. And this actually is in the way of that. 1. Oh, we don't need to count them. We just need to go up. Keep on going up. Because they're too bouncy. Okay, we're good here. Eventually in that game, I might have problems with like how I handle all the oxygen and water and everything, and like I haven't gotten very far into it, I guess, for some of the expansion stuff, which kind of is exciting because I need to sort of figure everything out. I think for now what I'll do is I'll create a path that's out a little further away. That's not going to interact with these, just so I can still get over there, but it's not going to interfere with these blocks. So we take these out. And then I guess we'll light this up and get rid of this. So we can still get over to all that stuff without having to worry about that. And then here we can do the same thing, actually. Maybe I'll go from this side. Just to give us some sort of walkways to get to the different platforms. And this we might have to rearrange anyway. Like this platform might be completely in the way. I forget. What else is around this? Alright, so that's there. Next. We have open space, dust, block. That only has 1 involved. Okay, so we want to go a little bit lower down. And then we're going to have, so air block, dust, and then a block here. So we can just build this line all the way over. Looks like I still have a redstone loop going over there. Hopefully that's not really causing any lag. I don't think it would be, but... Alright, so put these guys in the dust. And then we'll remove these. These aren't spawnable spaces, so I don't have to worry about the light. And then there's going to be, below that, there's going to be a piston. Okay, have fun. Or not, I mean, have fun. Dude. Whatever. Anyway. Piston, slime, redstone. Actually, the redstone lines up with... there's actually going to be furnaces right here. We don't have furnaces, right? We do. Okay. But that's actually going to be, I guess, above... Alright, let me change my perspective on this. So the main platform is going to be here, which is... So if we're counting from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then so 5 is where the block is. So let's actually just build that. So we have, I think 5 below, 5, where does 5 start? So starting from here, so for all the way from the redstone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8, the 8th block down from the redstone. Oh dear. 8th block down from the redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where the ground is. I probably won't come all the way over to here, but we can put that in for now. And it's night, apparently. Alright, so then here, there's going to be that on top, a piston pointing down. Let's go ahead and just build this all the way over, I think. We can cut stuff out as we need. So this goes here and there. And then we have a redstone block that we can put there. No, that's not right at all. Slime block. Is actually what we want. Slime block. Okay. So they go here. And then redstone block under that. Ta-da! Okay. And then we have a lot of hoppers. But we can come back to the hopper part in a second. So the first thing that's going to happen is this thing is continuing this direction. And is not against the wall, right? Because actually it comes out, it's 2 away from the wall. So that line right here isn't even going to be here. What we can do, just so we can get over here, we'll leave that in. We might actually adjust that a little bit too. And there would be a ladder here, but it broke. It broke when I was doing... Oh, it's actually on this side. Interesting. Okay. Right. I forgot it's mirrored on this thing. Okay, so on this side, it's still going to only go 2 from the wall. But this actually does go all the way over to the edge on this side. Because this is where all the water is going to be pointing, like, angling this direction. So we can put in the rest of the floor here. We'll take out some of it, but we'll put it in for now. We're going to need to make a lot of hoppers. This is going to be 2 from the wall. So 1, 2 from the wall. We fill in the rest of this up to a point. I forget how long it goes over. So if we go, so starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 long from this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Build the top platform in. Some of this we'll cut out because we're going to be putting in some, what's it called? Hoppers. But for now, we'll leave as is. It like that. For now, we'll torch it up. And then there's a redstone line that comes in here. And how long are we going to start with it? So it's, do we need to actually make it that long? And this one I can go up to that much. I think we're only going to make it 4. We'll make it 5. 5 long. And those need to be droppers, which we don't have on us here. We have some downstairs, I think. But they're going to be pointing down anyway, so I'm not going to quite worry about that. I'll come back to the redstone for that then. And then this section it's going to be in is going to be... so this is the ceiling. It's going to be 2 spaces you can walk on. Ice, and then the ground. Oh, we're out of blocks. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's put a torch there. So while we're down here, we can grab a couple of these blocks. But then we can also see if we have droppers, which we do. Good. Quite a few droppers. Do I have hoppers? I have some hoppers here. We'll have to work on more hoppers later, I think. Because we need to chop down a lot of trees for that. Yeah, okay. Let's grab some extra blocks for building. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and head up top. So we build in the bottom platform, then the ice goes on, and then water will push all the water actually this direction. Or, well, this way for you guys. So then this comes here. So this is the bottom layer that the ice will go onto. And that goes out to here. Runs all the way over. So there's a gap of 2 over here. Like this. Right? Yes. Hello, up 7 own Odin. I probably pronounced that not how you intended it, but that's those are the direct things. Welcome to the stream. We're working on a rail station. So in the picture-in-picture is partly what I'm building. I can change the angle a little bit so it's you can see a little more. A bunch of different mechanisms and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Right now we're working on this box. That's what we're trying to build in. So the other one's Creative World, where I've designed it, and then this is the Survival World that I'm actually building it in. And then I think ice I have downstairs still, so we'll leave the ice out for now. But that'll come in a second. So these go here, and then this side gets closed up. Oops. Oh, I'm out? That's quick. Okay. I guess we can building a thing. So this is where it comes down. So this is where the droppers are going to start, right? No. This is... comes in 1 more. So I'm going to do 5 per thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually, thinking about it, I might do 6. Just to make sure I have enough going on. So this goes here. So these are just going to be pointing down so that when they're powered from up above, they will release the items in them, or 1 item per dropper. I feel like this isn't quite right because there's 1 more to the other side. So I screwed this up somehow. I thought this was supposed to be 2 from the wall. Interesting. Let's double check our counting over here. So, the one where it attaches all the way to the wall, which is this over here, it should be 2 away, okay. And then all the way over here, oh, it's actually only 1 away, okay. There's actually only 1 away on this side. So I went 1 less than I should have. That's no problem. Let's put this part in here. Oops. Right there. Like that. Take this back. So I'll fill this all in on here. We'll run out of blocks pretty quick. And then this goes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this wall comes up here. Ugh, can't quite reach this stuff. Okay. So then this is where the water... This is actually going to be open here. On this track right here. Thank you for the follow, Milo616. And if I'm not mistaken... Oh, that my top stuff isn't working. Interesting. If I'm not mistaken, that's my 400 follow. Thank you for being my 400th follower. It's interesting that the top thing isn't working. Huh. I'm not sure how to make that work. I realize, yeah, my StreamYard stuff isn't working. Anyway, thank you for following. That usually make a cool sound, but for some reason that's not working. And thank you for being my 400th follower, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll get some blocks from downstairs. I might try to make it so I can carry more blocks at a time. So let's drop off some cactus. We don't need that anymore. Signs we don't need. That'll let us carry more things. I think we're down with slime blocks even, so let's get rid of that. That'll let us fill up on all kinds of stuff. So I think if I'm not mistaken, I think I need another 100 for my next giveaway of game cards. I think down below on the web version, there's a section down below, and I think there I'm saying 500 for the next giveaway. I could be wrong, but so we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let's go and run up here, and then I might move this camera inside of the water area just to double check some of the spacing for everything, how it's all set up. But I believe it's just going to be that this goes away, this gets filled in. Oh, we should put these in. Yeah, right? Yeah, okay, good. So this gets filled in, brought all the way over here. And then in the other one, I think I was leaving this part open. And then this, let's look at this. So on the other side here, so the ladder is there. So on the opposite side is where I'm actually collecting it. Comes over here. So that's going to be right here. There's going to be a hopper. For now, we'll just put that in. And then that dips down one, I think. I guess it doesn't really have to actually. Oh no, it does. Okay, yeah, good. So that dips down, and then if we break into this, we can see kind of the setup. So there's water over there, packed ice here, and then another water chute that moves it this direction. Oh, because there's also ice underneath that. So this is actually, there's ice here and here, and then the water pushes it that direction. So right here, there's going to be a hopper facing down here. So then this I have set up as a door. Oh no, right. Okay, sorry. Hopper here. That's on the opposite side of where the door is, because there's going to be an iron door over here, so I can get in here and service it if I need to. And that's where the ladder, my ladder broke off in the creative world, but there's a ladder there. And the water goes that direction. Water pushes a lot of stuff over. Good. Packed ice I have still downstairs. We'll come back to that. We can also put an iron door here. We do have supplies for that, so let's actually do the iron door now. While we're thinking about it. And then I guess I was using probably stone buttons. So iron door, boop, stone button. And then that shouldn't cause any problems with interacting with the stuff upstairs. Oh, and actually this one I want to have on this side. Welcome. What is it? Is that an L or is that a I think that's an L, right? So Lex P, maybe. I have a feeling I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Oh, I want to be on this side. I want to make it so there's no extra space on this side. All right, I think that's good. Let's break this guy down. And then we will keep, I'm not going to worry about the doors. They can just kind of go away. And then this is going to be a little tricky because you have to jump up to get through. And then here we'll light it up just so that you don't have any problems. This I'll leave here to get on top of this. We're eventually going to have a lot of hoppers and a lot of things here. So if we look out here, all that's going to be a lot of hoppers and then furnaces on top of that. But I need to mine up a bunch of trees before I can do that. We'll build the next part. I think we're going to build this part next. So let's move up a little higher up. We can start working on this logic. So if we come up here. So the next thing, it comes down this way. I guess actually, I think up here, I don't have this quite all the way built in. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, so we don't have this thing quite built in. So let's finish this part. So that is going to be this, but kind of mirrored from what we're looking at. What we have is, it comes down, and there's going to be a hopper facing into the wall first. So these ones face into the wall, and then below that there's going to be a hopper here. Maybe I need to be able to get under here first. Most of that's going to be built underneath. Okay, so we can kind of get under here. Okay, this is good. So from here, then it's going to be, let's put a block here because we have hoppers that go down into that. Can I jump here? Yeah. And then this hopper points into that. I think, yeah. And then the same thing here. So we want a block just to be able to place on. Hopper facing down. Nope. Hopper into that and then into the side. And then we'll have to get over there, I guess. So let's, because we're going to have a block. So let's get some blocks just to be able to walk over to the other side. Trying to build this in survival stuff. So then below this thing is there's going to be a redstone torch. Oh, good, I have that. Good. Let's get other stuff in our bar that we'll need for this part of the build. I think that's all the things we'll need. So then there's going to be a torch here which powers that. So we're building a little item sorter that's going to be trying to detect when certain items pass into this hopper up here. So there's going to be a block here with a comparator on top of that, which actually we might be able to place here, although I don't know what direction it's going to face. I think it's going to go the wrong direction from down here. That goes then into a block here. So this is actually going to be a slab, and then also here. This is a slab, and that allows the signal to carry down to here onto this block here. So it's going to be redstone here, and then up on top of this block, but we can't really get there. And then here there's going to be redstone on top of this block, and then a repeater facing into that. And then same thing here. So we have this, followed by a repeater facing into it, which comes over here and powers that. So this is a little circuit here that will, once I have the stuff up top, it'll detect for certain blocks to come through, and then when that happens, it'll send a signal through. We'll have to adjust. Let's see. So let's get rid of these blocks. These are just temporary. So is that. And then this block was temporary. Good. And this one down. No, we need that one. This one is temporary. Okay. But then there's a little bit more to it. So what we want is we want to come down here. Oh, too far. So that same signal that you see, this thing here, which is the thing we just built, there's going to be a signal coming off of there. So make sure there wasn't any PAX tickets on sale. So then this block is also going to power a torch that comes into this side that goes into a torch that's underneath underneath this. Yeah, so there's going to be a block here and a torch underneath this. Same thing on this side. So there's a block here, so we have to try and get over there. Block here, torch on that. And then we need to make sure that it's actually, we need to figure out which way is the right direction. So if we come up here, we're going to want to power, this is going to be a powered rail on top of the hoppers. And so the default behavior right now is to turn right, which is not what we want. So we actually need to inverse that before this. So I think it's actually going to match up with what we do in this world. So here we're taking the unpowered line. Yeah, we're taking the unpowered line. So this is actually going to be a comparator right here and here, redstone. So we're taking this unpowered line, we're grabbing a signal off of this side of it. So we're inverting the signal, and then we're going to pass that into this block here. So we want to go like this, and a block on top of that. So now the default behavior for this is to not turn right. So it's going to go this. It's going to go down the way if this thing doesn't trigger. So we can get rid of that block and these blocks. Just we had to put in some temporary blocks just to get everything up and running. That stays. Yeah. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So we have a block here, like that. Redstone on top. We can get rid of all these, and that block, and these blocks. So now that is the mechanism for when this thing, which doesn't currently have a filter on it, but if it had a filter and if an engine came through, it would pull in a token, and then this is short enough that then it would change this track and make the engine car go onto this. All right, let's get. We don't have a crafting bench in this area right here. I think what might make sense is along the ladder route. Every now and then we'll just put in some crafting benches because we'll have to be making stuff every now and then. This should be safe from that. I don't know if we need this, just to put it there just in case. I want to make some slabs. I don't need very many of them, but I'll make a few. And what that's for is, so you see this, oh god, okay, right, I'm down here now. I want to grab these things, that's why I did that. Alright, this is good for now. Let's go up here again. So what we're doing right now with the slabs is, if you see, this redstone is connected to that, but if we put a full block here, it won't go through. It won't bridge that. But if we put this on top, it will. So it's still connected, and then you can put rail on top of that. That's what that serves. And then we need powered rail and regular rail, and these guys will need to go that way. Yeah, back towards where they entered. So there's going to be a turning rail, and this goes all the way over that way. This one, it looks like the default behavior seems to be, oh boy, seems to be to go the wrong direction. Let's double check. So if I put in this, yeah, so this needs to go that direction. So we will need to power this block here. Oh, we can power, that's a regular block. Okay, sorry. I put a slab there, but this can actually just be a regular block, which we can power from down below. So let's carefully get down below. So that is this, I think. So let's put a lever on there. And I think everything will be okay. Oh no, it's actually this. And I don't think that's going to power these. I think we're okay there. So if I take this out, yeah, this is unpowered. Okay, we're good. All right, run up top. So now the default behavior is to go that direction. Great. And what we would like to do is we want this track to be powered. If we put one here, I think that's actually safe. Sorry about that long cellular dead zone there. Oh no. And then this should also be safe for not conflicting with other things. This one we can't power either of those blocks because we don't want this hopper to lock. So we can just do that. And we're good there. This one will need, I think we want to do that so that it will make sure it gets all the way down. So if it runs into the wall, it'll drop down and then go. Good. We have everything powered. Things are looking good. These things, once they actually have items in, once we're at 1.12, I'll worry about filters, item filters. Until then, it's not worth it. This continues down, which we can power on, I guess, this side somewhere. And then we'll make this stuff now. So let's change our point of view down to be this bottom area. So for now, we'll ignore this path, and we'll just start making this thing. So what we want is right after the turn, which is here, this is actually going to be a hopper underneath that is pointing down into a chest. So let's try and get some blocks there. Let's go down a couple layers. So we'll go down 3 layers. So this is here, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then this thing we'll build over with. Just so we have some sort of, we can work underneath the rafters kind of thing, I guess. So this will come over here. Walk all the way over this way. So we can start working on some of the stuff underneath here. So this is the spot right here where, right, is this where it turns? I think this is where it turns. There's a rail on top of this. Yeah, that's where it turned. So this is going to be, there's going to be a chest here. And then this is actually going to be, so I guess I'll build it from this side. There's going to be a hopper facing into the neighboring block. So let's come this way a little bit. There's going to be, this is here. This is going to be a hopper pointing to the side. And then this is going to be a chest. Just make a chest, I guess. And what the chest is for is it slows down the item passing through it by a little bit. Actually, I'll leave that there. So let's put the chest up top. Right here. And then this is a hopper. I put it in the wrong spot. They're supposed to be over one more. So let's put this hopper here. And this chest is going to be here, followed by a hopper facing in. Okay. Right. So it comes down, sucks into that hopper. You text that something went through it, which is then supposed to change this signal to make the thing turn. So we can start building some of this path now, once we get up a little higher. Just making sure that there's, I'm not usually too focused on watching Twitter, but I really wanted those PAX tickets. Okay, so this is the powered rail on the hopper, a block, and then this path comes this way. So get rid of this. Let's get our other blocks in the bar. We're going to need some of these as well. So this is going to be powered rail, regular rail, regular rail, regular rail, and then powered rail coming out this direction. get down here. So powered rail 1, 2, 3, and then a hopper, which we'll put in later, followed by another path that's coming the other direction. So one empty spot, this guy with a path coming this direction, and then powered rail that actually then goes up from here. So we'll come back to that. We don't need this here anymore. All it is just places for mobs to spawn. So let's go ahead and put in, I think this is the same sort of deal, where it comes in, sort of. It goes into a chest, but then it does some other stuff here. So I'll put in the hopper, maybe. I'll wait on the hopper. We'll build this other one first. It gets a little complicated. PAX tickets are fun, and sometimes they sell out. Yes, they sell out very fast. So I've been eagerly watching my Twitter for the last like 2 weeks, or I guess week in a couple days. Okay, so let's look at the back here. So we want to have coming off of. Oh, we're up top. Okay. Speaking of which, I need to grab all these things. Okay. So coming off of this, so there's going to be a block here, comparator on top of that. So we can probably build this now from up top. So comparator here, followed by repeater, followed by one more block, and then it does some other stuff after that. So let's swap out our blocks. So we have a comparator saying as soon as one item passes through here, send the signal down, make it full strength, and then it needs to loop around and then power this thing for this intersection. So it needs to go down here. We have we don't need this. So it's going to be this block here with a torch on it, and then a line that comes off the back. And then we may have to invert that depending on the natural behavior. So when there are no items passing through here, this thing's natural behavior is to let them go through. So this is actually good. This is going to be the same setup as the other stuff. So here we have the signal going this direction, and what this does is that when the item goes into here, it briefly changes this track, and then those guys will loop around here. So if we look here, it's going to immediately loop around and then go down through here. So we want to so actually in the other one I dropped it, I made it go a little bit further out from that, so it goes here instead, but it's the same idea. So then that way this thing can go here, turn, and then go down. I guess I have it go one more over. It goes here and then it starts going down. Yes. Okay. So here you can put a block on the side, block here. So this is going down, and then it will travel next to this path. So it will, if it had an item that got sucked into here, it means it was a chest minecart with items. If that's the case, this thing grabs one item, changes this track, sends the cart down this way, and then we're going to make these be powered rail. So powered rail, it turns here, goes around this loop, and then we don't actually need to make it speed up anymore. And it comes down here, and then passes through here, and this thing has the item that it grabbed. So it's able to take any chest minecarts that come down here, check that they have items inside of it if they do. And if it does, it comes down here, loops through, and then continues on to where it's supposed to go. How are we powering? So it looks like I also was powering this by having a block on top of this and a lever on top of that. So lever just on top of it. And then I don't actually know if I don't think mobs can spawn on top of that. Not positive, but we might do this instead, or just in case rather. All right, so that is good to go. What we might do, so in this one, I have some extra space over here. The space isn't occupied. That's the thing with the ladder. So just to make it easier to walk around, I might keep this as a permanent path to walk around, and we could take this out. I think. So that's good. And then this one we will light up a little bit more. So that's good there. This is probably powered by... Pretty sure... No, I can't power that one. So how did I choose the power? Oh, I could just put a block to the side. Put a block there. Put a lever on top. Good to go. Now it's all powered. So this whole thing is now going to... If carts come in that are chest mine carts with items, in theory, if it all works right, then they would be sorted out here. This thing would grab it, it'd turn, come down here, grab its item back so that it doesn't lose anything, and then continue on. Next, we're going to build the other one. So the other one is a little more complicated. So what it does is easy walkways, yes, will be very helpful. So then after the turn off, there's one, and then right here is where there's going to be a hopper pointing into this block with a furnace on top. That's just for lag. This is what the furnace is for. So the furnace on top. And then there's going to be 3 droppers below it, pointing up. So it might be easier. Let's see. Let's come down here. Can we get over there? Let's build this over here as well. So for now, we'll build these little catwalks and take them out as we need to. So then this one needs to have 3 droppers below it. So 1, 2, 3. And then I guess we will just drop down. Because I need to have them facing upward. So it'll be easier to build it if we build it from the bottom up. I don't understand how does a furnace help lag exactly. Yeah, so hoppers are little programs that are constantly, in their natural state, they're constantly saying, is there anything above me I can grab? Is there anything above me I can grab? Is there anything above me I can grab? Is there? And then it's like, so it's constantly doing this check. It has this infinite loop of where it's constantly checking to see, can I grab stuff from above me? If you have a solid block on you, you would think that would stop it. But there's different things that you can still, it can still end up pulling items from that. So if you have one below this and a solid block, and then if a minecart happens to glitch through the block in some way or clip through the block, the hopper will grab an item from the chest minecart. But the hopper, or I'm sorry, the furnace is a program that knows, it sends a signal down saying, hey, hopper below me, or if there's a hopper below me, I happen to just finish cooking. Thank you, Soap Great, for the host. I thought I got rid of redundancy on the hosting, but I guess I didn't. So I have two hosts. There's still not, at least there's not 3. Thank you for the host. Appreciate it. The hoppers that are, so a furnace has code that says, when I'm done cooking something, if there's a hopper below me, tell it to grab an item. So because there's that code that exists, the hopper knows if I have a furnace above me, I don't need to listen, because the hopper's going to, or the furnace is going to tell me, should I actually do something or not? So then the hopper doesn't do its infinite loop. So it stops that, can I grab something? Can I grab something? Can I grab something? And then if you have like a lot, if you have a whole bunch of them, then you can get a bunch of lag for if you have a lot of hoppers. If you have furnaces on top, that at least reduces the lag because they don't need to be listening for items on the above them. If that makes sense. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna take this out because to build the droppers facing upward, it's gonna be easier to do this. I mean, the other option would be to change the code to make it work better. But yeah, whatever. Maybe in the Windows 10 version, they'll do that. Furnaces have a slight downside, though, in that they are also active tile entities. Oh, snap. Is there a better choice? Mr. Great? I heard somebody... Did someone tell me once droppers, maybe? Are droppers better? Downside is then if you power them, they do crazy stuff. But let me know if there's a different block I should be using instead of furnaces. And I might do that. Okay, so these three come up, right? Then let's move down here a little bit to try and see what it is we're building. So, as long as you do, you're not powering them, droppers. Okay, all right. So potentially I'll change them to droppers. It's interesting that the furnaces are still not as good. Huh, okay, all right. Well, there's something new. Okay, so what we want to do, we can take these blocks out. What we want is, there's going to be a hopper here, and then down below that. So this needs to go from there and snake this direction. So we probably want to be on the other side of this mess. We will need a chest. So let's make one of those. You don't have enough furnaces here to be a problem. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I have yeah, I wonder if it's a problem on... So in the patron server, I have a gigantic ring of chests with hopper stuff behind it. I wonder if I just change all those to be droppers instead. Okay, let's get a chest up and running. So I missed a couple episodes, Soap. You have another tower. Is my rail and this train station is fine? It's not in the way of your stuff? Let me know. Alright, let's get hoppers. So we're going to have hoppers that go here in a little U-shape. Comes down here. It's not really exactly a U-shape. Why is everything not lined up quite right? Always learning good tidbits from Sophia. I was actually worried about being in your way. Oh, well, it's your area. I can easily, if you want that rail to not be as close to the building, I can easily adjust it. The footprint for this is done. The path to it is sort of not figured out yet. And then the rail that's approaching this section can easily be snaked if you want it to be. Yeah, there's enough room. There's enough room, definitely. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I wasn't in your way. I guess one question I have is, where does the path go? Let's light this up a little bit and take a look upstairs. So if we run up to the top, it's night. I also sleep up there. And then can I get out from here? Not really. Okay, so from up here, so this is kind of roughly the front door, somewhere on this side. I forget exactly where. Where is this gonna go that lets them into the farm? Is there a door here or no? Because if there's not, I'm not sure what benefit it is to have a rail station here. Because if you can't get from... Like, the idea is if you wanted to go from anywhere and you want to get to the iron farm, there's a walking path starting from here, yes. And so that's going to somehow get into the building, I would assume. But looking around, I'm not sure how that works. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, do you have a path to me? No. Okay, good. Excellent. I was trying to figure out how to get them in through the outer wall. Okay, so your plan is to have a path at some point. So what there's going to be a door here, and then I was hoping that was going to somehow get them into the farm itself. So if somebody is on the server, actually uses the rail, they can go to a rail station and then click on Iron Farm, Or if it's a far away place, they might go main rail station. Then from the main rail station, they click on Iron Farm, hop a train over to here, and then they can walk in. So that's kind of what I was going for. I'm going to connect the new tower to the keep with a wall that has a gate. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Yeah. So so the door is going to be, I think it might actually be over one more from here. It's possibly going to be here, but roughly, you know, these 4 blocks. Somewhere in there's going to be a double door that goes over there. There's going to be stairs here, and then this mechanism is to suck in carts. So I think it's going to be here, but I'd have to double check. Welcome, Lucky Acrobat 662. Welcome to the stream. Sounds like it all comes together. Yes. All right, let's go back down, and let's work on some more of the redstone stuff. Try to figure out what it is we screwed up. So looking at this thing over here, it drops down right there. So why do I have... So it comes through there and then snakes. It does an L shape. So it's going to come down this direction. For some reason, I feel like these aren't quite in the right spot. That tower is the last farm to feed into storage. Okay, cool. Yeah, Basket and I have been hashing out ideas since we started the map. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Lucky. Okay, cool. Nice to see it coming together. Yeah, I've been trying to get everything up and running. Now I actually have the creative world with the finished small rail station. Then I can work on building it, you know, correctly in these other worlds. I'm still confused why I have an L shape. So if it's picking it up here, why is this thing like this? So I bring it from here, and then I move it this direction. Okay, that makes sense. I'm just taking it the wrong direction. Okay. So it's supposed to be this. Okay, now everything's fine. So this is going to be a chest. We can't do it because hoppers. And then this is on top. Okay. This is a powered rail, I do believe. Yep, powered rail. And then we want to build this. So what we do is we're actually detecting, well, okay, we'll build this thing in first, yeah. So on the side that the chest is on, so it's actually the other side, so we have to get to the other side, is this other redstone. So what this does is it detects that there's stuff inside of this. So let's get up top. We need a comparator. So comparator, low ceiling. Comparator here. Boop. You just woke up. Oh man, that would be nice. It is today's Wednesday, 6/7/2017. All right, let's go this way. I said the date in case you're like a Mancino man. Is that no man? Not Mancino. Wait, what's the movie with George of the Jungle guy? Mancino's a pizza place. I can't remember the name of it now. Anyway, so there's some movie where he wakes up. He's like a caveman. He wakes up. Anyway, thank you for the follow. Oh, look at that! I just realized that all my stuff is working. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, so this goes on to a dust. That's right here. And then there's a block on top of this that gets powered as a result. And I believe there's a torch on this. And then lastly, the signal needs to carry this direction and make a little loop. Yes, Encino Man. Yes. That's what I was trying to think of. Thank you. So the same signal goes 3 blocks in. So there's going to be dust here. there's a block on top of this to stop it from directly linking up. I believe this is what we want. And then what this does is if you have a block in here, so if we put a block into this, it moves it up to the top, hopefully. Let's check to see if that's the case. Can't really see from here. Let's come over here. So this thing should now have that block inside of it. Okay, good. So that, Mancino's is very good. Yeah. Oh, no, you can't talk about your age in I don't have a command for it, but just to give you a tip, there's, if you talk about your age in streams, they actually have to ban you, or they have to report you to or to Mixer, whatever it's called now. So if that's actually your age, and you're not just pulling our legs, I'm assuming you're pulling our legs. But yeah, you should talk about your age in chats on Mixer. It's a thing. I think we just put a torch on that. Let's double check. Let's do. There we go. Where? Okay, right. But I don't need to worry about all of it because right in here, yes, this one's going to be hooked up to redstone. So, I can still have a furnace there. Yeah, I guess there's probably a furnace underneath that. So this is going to be a comparator going into a repeater. So this is the same sort of thing we just did over there, where it's going to detect that an item has passed through. So this thing, so carts come down. If it's a chest minecart that has an item, it drops into here and turns this direction, comes down, grabs its item back. If it's a chest minecart that has no items, because it didn't have an item, comes here, it gets an item from here. There's going to be a stack of things. It will come in, it'll come through here, then it'll grab it back, which sends the signal down, and then it'll make this thing change. And then it'll just go down, and then the item that it grabbed and then gave back to it will cycle back through and come back up there. That's what that all is. So this signal comes over here, and then we're gonna have a block on top of this. This one's set up slightly differently for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but it's gonna be like this. And then we want to power this block here with a torch on it. So the default behavior we want to see is, do we need to power or unpower when we want things to go through? So the default behavior is actually what we want. So we just need to send the signal over to that, over to this block when, so this block is powering that. So we can just go directly to there. And power that. So I probably didn't need to put this block on top, but that's what I've done in my template, so I'm just going to keep it that way. So what that's going to let it do is that if an item comes through, so I guess if we want to keep it the same, I'm not really sure why we changed that. We can just go like this, put a dust on top of that. There's no reason to do the extra block that we have to then torch. So come over here, put that block there. So what this is going to do is that when an item is grabbed, so we'll just grab one of these because we want to come back through. So when we change it, we're watching this thing. So it changes briefly to let the cart that just came through come to this direction. Now this thing is back with its 64 items. Great. Power this, or light the guy. Just realized we're almost out of time. Let's finish powering this line. Let's see, so this is this. So it's going to come this direction too, and then it has this and this. Maybe that's why I did it. Yeah, okay, that's why I did that. I think, oh jeez, milkshake is chocolate. Chocolate's I think the best one, in my opinion. So this one, just realized I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, so this is the other one. Interesting that this one is slightly different than the other one. Yeah, I could do a slab. Yeah, I guess I'll do a slab. You're right. I think what it must have been... Oh, I checked out one more on the other one, and that's why it all was fine. Okay. Okay, we'll go back to that design. So then this stays up here, and this goes underneath. And then here, we are able to just do this. And then we carry this down. So we want this to be here, there, and then this line will come down and then go into more stuff later on. We can just do regular rail. Ah, I never had a cookies and cream milkshake before. Sounds pretty good. Put this here, and then we want to power this in a safe manner that won't interfere with the other stuff. So we can power this block, and that will power this, but not interfere with this logic. And then again, we can power this block here without interfering with that logic. That's going to be this ramp that goes all the way up to the very top. But unfortunately, we're out of time.